Today we are going to be going over smart plans. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Everyone can see.
Mickey Mouse, or was that Minnie?
It was, yeah, that's my nephew. Minnie Mouse.
Oh, that's so cute.
All right, so of course we're going to log into command, which is agent.kw.com, and of course same login credentials as your MyKW account. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to the Smart Plans applet, which is right over here. Sorry, my dog is talking. And if you're in your Smart Plans, this little tab here, you might not have anything over here, which is fine. This is kind of, as you kind of like think of it as like my library, but to get Smart Plans in here, you have to add them to your library. So if you go over here to the library tab, you can click on that. These are the Smart Plans that KW has already put together for you. You can view the steps by clicking the view steps, and you can kind of see what that smart plan entails. So to get these, for you to be able to send them out to your clients, you have to click on add smart plan. That will add that to your own personal library. So I'm going to click on add smart plan. And I'm going to rename it because I already have this one in my library. So I'm going to just rename it real quick. And then I'm going to hit apply. Once I do that, it says you have successfully added the name of the smart plan to your smart plans. So if you go back over here to my smart plans, you will see I have so many right here, 8x8 new contact. So let's say you like this contact, but you kind of wanted to edit some like the text messages and messages that it's going to send out. So you can actually edit this smart plan by hitting this little edit button here. Can I see, are you have a question? You're muted.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see the edit button. Hold on, I have the whole column of everybody over it.
Yep, so it's right, let me go back to the right one. Right here, it's like a little pencil.
Got it. Okay, I have everyone at the bottom, so hopefully I'll see it better now. Sorry about that.
It's okay. All right, so these are the steps. You can kind of scroll through and see kind of what it's going to be sending out. And reminder, if you do have your Twilio account set up, it will send those text messages out automatically. If you don't have your Twilio account set up, it will just send you like a reminder or a task to do to send that text message out. So this is the text right here. They do have these little fields that you can automate the client's information. They have birthday, anniversary, agent, first name, agent, last name, team name, KW app link. They also have contact first name, last name, email, phone number. So you can put those in there as you're making a message or texting, and it will input that contact's first name, and that, you know, any information that you put in here, it will fill in the correct information.
Sam, is there a way to make it so, like, let's say this is actually a friend of yours. Hey, Steve Smith, this is Kim Demi Fulcher. You'd say, hey, Steve. Is there a way to just make it a first name?
Yeah, you can just delete this last name, and you can just put the first name in there. So these fields are all editable if you wanted to change the text or the email. If you wanted to maybe do an email first, you could delete this, and then you can add an email. So over here are kind of like your little action items. So if you wanted to do an email instead, you would just click on send email once, and that will add it to the bottom. So you would have to move it up if you want that to be your first kind of step. Let me go all the way to the bottom to show you that email. So this is what it came out to be, is the send email. It's going to be replied to samanthaspears@kdb.com. This should be the first thing that you set up when we had our first coffee and command on Monday, where you configured your command email. Because it used to come from any like emails you sent out from the system that were associated with the smart plan used to come from no reply. Now there's a way where it will show your name in your information. So that's how you edit an existing smart plan. Like I said, you can move them up and down. You can change all the text. You can change the flow if you want.
Hey, Sam?
Yes?
I've got some smart plans that I just attached. I didn't bother to edit. Now can I go back and edit them even though I've already attached them?
If it's an active smart plan, you won't be able to edit it. So you would have to take those contacts off of that smart plan and then go back and edit it. So if you have contacts on that smart plan already.
Right. But I can take them off.
You can take them off, yep. And then you can go back in and change those text messages or emails, whatever you want.
Right.
Yep.
Then my second question is that email that you just changed there.
Yep.
I've never done that. Is that something that I'm only going to be able to do once I look at a plan, or is there a setting I can go to make sure that's already embedded in everything that pops up?
That's going to be under your settings, what we did on Monday. So where you connected the apps, it's usually like the last thing. It's called like command email.
Yes.
If you go on your under your name, you click on settings and scroll all the way down to the bottom to command email. You can configure it there and make sure it's going on.
All right. I did do that. I'll go back and double check, but I did do that. So maybe it's already done.
Yeah.
I have another question about the command email, but I don't want to get you sidetracked. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay. All right. So that's how you edit existing smart plans. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. Oh, I'm going to take that email out because I'm just going to put a subject in there. All right, so then I can save it and I can add my contacts right through here if I wanted to. So if I click this little add contact button up here, it will show me a list of my contacts and then I can select which ones I want to be on that smart plan.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to create your very own smart plan from scratch. So I'm going to go over here to the create button on the upper right. It's going to ask for a plan name. So let's say you're going to do a follow-up Facebook lead. All right, so it's going to take me to this screen, and this is where you can start building out that smart plan. So let's say the first thing I want to do is call them. So I'm going to click on make a call. So what this is going to do is going to remind you it's going to set up a task to call these people. So I'm going to say task name call client or lead. And then the task, you can put in here what you want to talk about. You can talk about the Facebook lead possibly. You can just write notes in here what you want to talk about.
If you have a script that you particularly like, you can type it in there or copy and paste it in there.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for referencing.
Yes. And then you can say do in how many days. So you can start it off, in 1 day all the way up to, I think it's like 15 days, 14 days. So usually if you add a smart plan, you want to have it start the same day, but you do have, you can change that. So after I've called the lead, I'm going to maybe wait a week to reach back out to them. So I'm going to hit set delay once, and you'll see that it comes down here. And then I can say how many days. This can go, I think, all the way to 30, at maximum of 30 days. So usually with a new Facebook lead, I'm not sure if anyone of you follow like Nick Baldwin. I think he like reaches out to them like 2 to 3 times a week the first time. And then it gradually goes down. So however you want to run your business, if you want to do it, every 3 days or every 2 days, more power to you, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Then let's say I want to send an email. So I'm going to click on send email, and of course that's going to come down here. Now you do have two options for email. You can do a simple email, which is literally you just typing. So hello, add those function buttons. So we can do, I'm going to do hello first. Hello. And then let's say add the contact's first name. And then you can say, you know, I saw that you wanted some information. Maybe your ad was about, you know, your listing. Wanted information about my listing at blank, blank, blank. The other option is an HTML email. So if you click HTML email, you're going to be able to browse the library for email templates. So if you click on that, these are 6 that Keller Williams has come up with. They're actually really nice looking. So let's say you want to promote your app on this email. You can go ahead and select it and then hit next. And then on these 3 buttons right here, you can go ahead and preview that email. So this is what the email will look like. It will have all, you'll see all those little function buttons, or the little, where it says agent first name, all your information. And then if you scroll through, it'll have just a little bit of inside of your KW app. Eventually, I've seen probably a couple weeks ago that where they're going to start making this editable. Any templates that they have in here will start being editable. Right now, you're only limited to that 6, but in the future, you're going to be able to edit those and kind of personalize those email templates. And then I saw the chat going off, so let me get to that.
I answered that. The question was,
good. Okay.
Yeah, I'll read the question out, but can you set this up auto respond versus trigger manually? As of right now, it is only manually. I'm sure auto respond is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a natural flow. So
yeah, they're going to eventually be where you can say, all right, when I get a Facebook lead, I want them to automatically get set up a smart plan. Right now, that function isn't available. So you'll just have to do it manually for now. All right, so I'm not going to build a whole smart plan, but I'm pretty sure you get, you know, the gist. Let's say you're done with all your little tasks, then you can restart Flow if you wanted to. With a Facebook lead, you probably wouldn't want to restart the Flow. You might want to add them to a new smart plan. So the last task can be add to smart plan if you click on that. And then you can select one of the other smart plans that you have. I don't think I have any active. Like an 8x8 or monthly neighborhood nurture, you can add them to an additional smart plan after that. Does anyone have any questions? No?
So for those of you who are missing your 36 touch, this is a perfect opportunity to build that 36 touch or 90 touch, however many touches you want. But
Yeah.
this is how you're going to be doing. This is taking over from the drip campaigns from Market Leader into Command.
Yes. All right, well, if there's no questions, make sure you go to script practice with Susie and Pat, and we will see everyone on Monday at 8:10 a.m.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a great day.
Thanks.